if you're looking at this team, I guess from a coaching perspective, first of all, how do you handle Julius Randle, Obi Toppin? I mean, what are your thoughts on it? And how do you get the best out of both of those players on the same roster?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what the expectation was coming into the year. They are about a 500 team. I mean, when you look at the roster, the three best players are Julius Randle, who's been inconsistent his entire career. You have RJ Barrett, who, I personally love RJ Barrett, but he is kind of who he is. Everybody was always talking about when he came to the NBA, oh, he'll improve his shooting. Well, the way you really improve your shooting is working at it. And RJ Barrett has been a worker his entire life. So to me, I never thought he was going to be like a 42% three-point shooter. Could it go up from like 32 to 36? Sure. But I think he is kind of who he is. He's a player that I like, and he could be, like the third best player on a championship team. And then Brunson, I think, is a nice addition. But when you're asking him to, run the show night in and night out, that just hasn't what he's been good at his entire career. So, for me, the expectations are this is kind of what I expected. To answer your question about Randle, he's just a difficult guy. I was in the building in the first year or two when he was there. I think maybe a year. He's a sensitive guy. He's a uber talent, but night in and night out, you have to be building him up, and anything can send him, spiraling one way or the other. And so I think that's what you're seeing. You're seeing just a lot of inconsistencies. If you're a Knicks fan, I think the most concerning thing that you're hearing is what you both have touched on, which is just the night in and night out lack of consistency with the effort. And that is not a Tom Thibodeau coached team. That's not a hallmark of what they do. It's the opposite of that. So that would be my big concern moving forward with this group.